Welcome to Creative Brews. I'm Kristen, and this is your weekly dose of creativity, where photography, design, and life come together. So, grab your favorite drink, and let's talk about what's brewing. Hello, and welcome back to another episode. As always, I very much appreciate everyone that does tune in every single time. If you're a reoccurring viewer, listener, if you're new, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Definitely. It does not go unseen. Okay, so how's everybody doing out there? First and foremost, I have to ask and check in. Let's do a check-in. How's everybody liking the Mindset Myths mini-series? As if I couldn't make it complicated to say. So, of course, I have coffee in my little cat mug, and on the inside brim it says meow. So that's fun, right? So yes, my son is laying down for his nap, which is nice because sometimes he fights his naps. Here lately, anyway. Not all the time. Every day is different, so yep, kind of just go off of him and how he's feeling for the day and all of that. But anyways, we're gonna hop right into it. I feel like I sort of have talked about today's topic in a roundabout way. But it's definitely an interesting one, at least that I thought was interesting. And I've already got my notes pulled up here in my little notepad. But today we're going to talk about the overnight success illusion. So, as I think we all have just randomly seen, or it feels random, but we have all seen someone or people who have just popped off overnight, right? Or at least it feels that way. So we're going to kind of break that down, talk about it, and of course, as always, in all of these episodes, I go over the facts, the woo-woo, and the spiritual insights. The facts, the psychology, the woo-woo, and the spiritual facts and insights. There you go. I myself today, I'm doing good, don't get me wrong, but I do have a migraine, it feels like. And so I just kind of I feel fine, but I don't feel fine, if that makes any sense, obviously, because it definitely feels like a migraine. I'm not totally sensitive to the light, but I sort of am. It hurts a little. But I'm definitely sensitive to screens, so yes. But we're still here. Almost, tried to do a recording, a voice recording. Sometimes when I don't feel good, it's just a lot to have to, set everything up and get everything, set up and all that. But it's a lot, but it's not a lot because, like I say, and like I have said, excuse me, I try my best to keep everything super simple, so I literally have, our office is in the kitchen, which I know sounds funny, but I only have like one like studio light, if that's what you want to call it. It's a ring light. I do plan on, like I've said in the very beginning, I don't know when I'll get like studio lighting, but if I was to get one, I'd probably only get one, just because the area that I'm filming in isn't really that big. So, and then of course I have the overhead lights, which are just your regular kitchen lights and all that. So I just try to keep everything super simple, because when you start complicating things, that's whenever you start, I think, feeling like, okay, well, something that I like to do and that I had fun doing, now all of a sudden I really don't want to do it. And that has been me throughout my YouTube career, if that's what you want to call it. Yeah, which I do plan on talking more about. I think people are interested, and whatnot, but anyways, let's hop right on into it. So the overnight success illusion, and how this one mindset myth quietly messes with the confidence of so many creatives, and people in general, So the overnight success, like when you see someone pop off and they've popped off, they have made it, they have, so many followers and views and likes and reshares, and the list goes on. I feel like it creates a recipe for disaster. Because a lot of times what some people will do is they'll kind of compare themselves. And, or if you are, let's say you have a schedule where you upload on YouTube multiple times a week, you upload on Instagram multiple times a week, you upload on TikTok multiple times a week. Like, we have all been sort of, I wouldn't say victim, but we have all seen those videos, shorts, reels, whatever you want to call them, where, oh, well, if you engage with my post, I'll engage with your post. Because people are thinking that, this will help you out, this will help me out, and all this stuff. And, engagement does help. But when I'll say it like this: when you are striving so hard to become an overnight success, you lose all of why you even started, right? So let's say you just started out and you're like, you know what, TikTok is fun. I just love doing it. I love, just putting up random videos or whatever. So sure, yeah, I have fun doing that, because that's basically how I got started into TikTok, was just kind of posting like stupid little short videos, right? I say stupid, but if you're having fun, then do it. But somewhere along the lines of having fun doing it, you start trying to, well, if I'm having fun doing it, let's just go ahead and try and make this a job, or let's try and see if I can make money off of it and stuff like that. My thing is if it doesn't just flow into that naturally, then just because you're forcing something to try and happen, like overnight success and stuff like that, you're gonna get not only burnt out, but it's just not gonna happen. So I believe social media, and I'll get into this here in a second because you know me, I've got every my little talking points written down so that it helps me to stay on topic. These videos are not scripted by any means whatsoever. But this helps me a lot. Otherwise, like, yeah, I do have some videos where I'll just sit down and blab. But sometimes I was diagnosed with ADD. I don't know if it's ADD or what it is, but sometimes I'll go everywhere and then go back and finish all the stories. Or at least I try to, and sometimes I'll forget to finish a story, you know. So this helps me to not only stay on topic, but to make sure I don't leave from this or upload this and say, I forgot to talk about whatever. Or I forgot to mention this, you know. So, anyways. So, yes. So, let's dive more deep into it, right? So, the myth, some people just take off overnight. If it hasn't happened fast for me, maybe it's not meant for me. Again, like I was just talking about, we've all felt this in some sort of way, shape, or form. Or you're like hustling and you're like banging out all your little videos and you're like, I spent hours filming and all this other stuff for that to just tank. Nobody saw it. Nobody liked it. Nobody shared it. And all these things, like, you get bent out of shape about it. Right? So then you get discouraged. And you go from, you know, maybe in the beginning you were consistent and stuff like that, to now you're just forcing yourself to do a video, upload it, and whatever. Right? We've all seen that. Well, let me just tell you, when I was uploading religiously, like to TikTok in particular, because back then I was uploading on Instagram, but I didn't have like a schedule or anything like that. I just uploaded whenever, whenever I felt. And then on TikTok, I was uploading like religiously because I was having fun and I was, going live and stuff like that. That was fun. But somewhere along the lines, I just then started uploading just to be uploading and stuff like that. And some of the videos, like, I spent hours, like, if it was like a transition video or something like that, I spent hours on a few videos for them to just not go anywhere. And I wasn't thinking, oh, this is going to be the one. That's not what I was thinking. But I was thinking, this video is awesome. Like, this is going to pop off. Whatever. So, all of that to say this. Then I'd upload videos where I just literally sat, did something real quick, whatever. I had fun, whatever. I didn't feel a particular way. I just liked the sound, so I used it, whatever. Well, those were the videos that would basically, get a bunch of views, likes, whatever, shares, whatever, reposts, whatever. So, all of that to say this, again, it kind of teaches you, like, and I guess then people get not only discouraged, but then they're discouraged energy and they bring that energy into the next project, which then compounds, right, over time. Then creates not only burnout, but then you're like, you just fall off the face of the earth or whatever it is. Like, you get tired of whatever it is that you're doing. I'm using TikTok just because I just started uploading to YouTube this year again. You know, so when I was doing YouTube videos, like, I had sort of a schedule, but I was trying to do the vlog thing. And I think during December, at that time, like, this was old school YouTube back then, where you would do Vlogmas. So I tried to do that. It did not do well whatsoever. I tried doing a giveaway and stuff like that just to kind of, like, you know, engage and get people to engage back. And then I tried to do weekly vlogs or whatever you want to call it. It didn't really do well. My videos that did well were either tutorials or, again, a video where I didn't expect anything. You know, so that's the energy that I brought into this podcast. Like, I am not here to post these podcast episodes because I think I'm going to go viral, okay? I just don't think like that. And realistically, I really don't care to go viral on any platform. Whereas before, like years ago, and I'm talking about probably 5+ years ago, I was like, you know, trying hard to be like, you know what? I want to go viral. Like, let's do this. And I'm good. I think it's because I'm in a completely different, not only mindset, but a completely different area of my life. I'm the same person, but different. That's what I like to say. I'm the same Kristen, but different. You know, so anyways, like I said, we've all felt this, right? You scroll, someone just appears out of nowhere, book deal, brand collaborations, a viral moment, and suddenly it seems like everything just clicked for them. And the quiet thought sneaks in. Why hasn't it happened for me yet? Or why hasn't it happened like that for me? Okay, so let's get into the psychology, insights, and facts, right? So our brains fail. Our brains fall into what you would call a survivorship bias, okay? We notice the visible success stories and we completely forget about the thousands of unseen attempts. We completely forget about that person that just went viral has had a million no's and denied all these many times, right? So those are things that we don't think about in that time. We just think, oh, well, it must be nice for someone to upload a makeup video and then they go viral. Or it must be nice for someone to upload something and they've misspelled something so they went viral. Or it must be nice for someone to upload a video of them putting a banana in their refrigerator and they went viral. You know what I mean? Like, it's stuff like that. Now, of course, those examples are kind of stupid or dumb or whatever you want to call it, but those are the types of things that we see. Or like someone, maybe they got a book deal or a brand deal or collaboration, and you're like, it must be so nice for you to do a makeup collaboration and go viral or whatever, you know? We naturally respond to peak moments, not long-term effort, making success look instant when it's actually built slowly, which we'll talk about more here soon. Social media distorts timelines. Social media is good for distorting not only timelines, yes, but life, period. Timelines, period. Like, years of work get packed into a single viral post or a sudden moment, tricking your perception. So, let's go back to the bullet point that I said before. So, in order for you to even be successful and stuff like that, and I think really in anything that you do in your life, nothing happens overnight. I'm just, let that sink in for a minute. Nothing happens overnight. Okay, so with that being said, you definitely, the only way to build what social media serves to you as an overnight sensation is those failures, is the no's, is the denial that you receive, or the denies, the no's, the no, we don't want to work with you, or whatever it is, So yeah, success is built slowly and consistently, and there is no instant success, right? So when you're on social media and you see someone and they appear to have gone viral overnight, realistically, you should go to their profile and see how many videos, not only like how many videos they uploaded, and in the beginning, none of them got views, none of them got engagement, but slowly they built it over time. And then they had maybe one or two videos go viral, and all of a sudden they're a viral sensation. Like, you heard all of that, right? So you build something with, I think, the major ingredient for success. And if, first off, I don't think anybody should strive to go viral, okay? Because, like I said, you just heard my story. It just creates deception. You lose your sense of wonder, you lose your sense of exploration, and you just stop. Somewhere along the lines, you just stop. You fall off the face of the earth, whatever, because you got burnt out. So, consistency, people. Consistency. And the steps toward, every day you're making decisions, you're choosing, you're stepping toward your goal, you're doing this, you're doing that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think you get it. So the spiritual / woo-woo insights, you don't receive, you desire when you ask. So you receive when you're aligned and ready to hold it. You don't receive because you just asked for it and you kept asking and asking and asking. Okay? Because, and I think I'm going to talk about this here in a second. Yeah, I think it's the second bullet point here. Because if you just instantly pop off, you're not going to know how to react. You're not going to know, like we all think, like we all like the idea of, oh my God, what if I woke up tomorrow and have billions of followers and have, all these likes and messages and the list goes on. It's too much for your body to handle. It's too much for your nervous system. It's too much for your brain. It's too much to process. It's just too much. That's just like If someone was to hand you $1 million, a lot of people go broke because they just blow it. They think, well, I've got this amount of money, I'll be fine, whatever, I'm a millionaire, all these things. And they don't take the time to either invest into something, to create compounding, make your money work for you situation. How do you think all these successful people out here are doing it? They're not doing it by spending. And if they have spent it on something, a lot of them invest. So, let that sink in. Slow growth is often divine protection, basically what we were just talking about. Allowing you to build the identity, nervous system, and capacity to sustain success. Popping off overnight is not sustainability. That's the reason why a lot of times you'll see some people, they'll pop off, they'll go viral, and then they disappear. What do you think happened? You think about that for a second. Delay isn't denial, it's deep preparation, anchoring you in who you are before visibility amplifies everything. So again, what we were just talking about. So here's some, before we get to the reframing, here's some creative insight. Overnight success is just quiet consistency finally becoming visible. It finally is gaining traction because this person, whoever it is, celebrity, internet sensation, someone that you follow religiously on social media, the only reason why it seems like it's an overnight success is just because they're consistent. They consistently upload. They consistently have a schedule. They don't have in their brains, I'm just going to put up this 1 or 2 videos and go viral. They don't have that in their brains. And quite frankly, a lot of the people that do go viral don't really care to go viral. You know what I mean? So the reason why it seems like they go viral is because their consistency is finally paying off. So they keep showing up even when they don't want to, like me today. Not that I don't want to show up. I love doing this, but that is the reason why I keep coming back, is because I love doing this. I love diving deep into these topics, learning, researching, and all this stuff. Like, it's not because I get paid to do this. Like, I'm not sitting here saying, well, I'm never gonna accept, payment or whatever. Never say never, okay? Because if you can get paid for doing something you love, do it. Why not do it, right? If somebody gets butthurt about it, that's on them. You know what I mean? So, anyways, true creative momentum is built in the uncelebrated days. The drafts, the posts with 6 views, the small imperfect steps, if I could talk. I don't know what that was. But those are the moments that build and compound. Those are the moments where, it's kind of like when you're bored. Like, people fear being bored, I think. In our society and with the younger generations, I think they really fear being bored. Well, if I'm not doing something like, being on social media or doing something, then I'm going to be bored. Like, who wants to be bored? Well, in the boredom moment, I feel like that's where your creativity really pops off, so Visibility is the final stage, not the beginning. The world meets your work long after your devotion started. Okay, so let's talk about the reframing proportion. So, it's not overnight success, it's stacked alignment and devotion finally being seen, like we spoke about before. So instead of asking, when is it going to happen for me? Or why hasn't it happened for me yet? Excuse me. Try shifting to, how can I deepen my alignment, presence, and consistency today? Because when it does happen, and it will, it won't feel sudden to you. Your nervous system won't feel like it just got shocked. You know, it won't be like a, oh my God, or like a shock. You know, it gradually happens over time, over compounding consistency. It will feel like recognition catching up to who you already became. Because over time, when this is happening slowly, you know, you're becoming this person. I hope that makes sense. So, all right. So, closing thought. Slow doesn't mean stuck. Slow is sacred. It means you're rooting deep enough to rise sustainably. So let that one kind of sink in. You're not behind, you're building, and one day someone will look at you and call you an overnight success, having no idea how many quiet days led to this or that moment. So, with all that being said, I think we talked a little bit about everything here. So, yeah, you know, one day, if you're consistent enough, aligned, present, all the things, you will pop off and you will go viral. And you'll be able to sustain, you know. So that's the whole point of this subject, is that with consistency, you become, and you're able to sustain and all of that. And you rise to being that person. So, yeah, I hope everybody, like I said, is doing great. I hope you enjoyed today's topic and episode. Again, please, please, please make sure to subscribe, rate the show, comment. You can DM me if you don't want to comment, and all the things. It definitely helps and is very much appreciated. Seriously. So, with all that being said, I will see you all in the next video, the next episode. And again, as always, I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun and at least gaining maybe a different point of view. I don't think I said it in this video, but I usually do say it in every episode. Please, please, please do your own research. I encourage you. Hopefully I was able to, you know, provide some kind of information in some sort of way. And yeah, again, be sure to share the show, to someone who might find this interesting, or maybe you would think that they would be interested in learning and all that. But yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Have a great week. Bye.